Energy use by potential AI data centers are in the spotlight today. Hear from federal and local leaders.
A federal court upholds California's voter-approved Proposition 50. Why one state lawmaker says the fight to overturn it is not over yet.
Legal Aid Society of San Diego shutting the doors of its Southeast San Diego location after 45 years here.
You have a lot of questions when it comes to the city's new trash program, and we're working for you to get answers.
And Grossmont Center shopping mall here in La Mesa is here to stay. We're getting our first look at the multi-year transformation that is officially underway.
A restaurant owner received such a nice letter from a girl, and I had to do something about it.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
Local leaders in Congress and at the county level are sounding the alarm today about the rapid expansion of artificial intelligence data centers and the massive energy demands to power them. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The concern is that consumers could be left to pay the utility bill. CBS 8's Alex Cheney talked with local leaders and SDG&E today about this issue, and he brings us more. Alex?
Yeah, that's right. This is part of a national growing trend of all of these AI data centers popping up, and they use an incredible amount of energy to do their job. In fact, so much is the exact same for one of these centers over 1 year is the same as 100,000 homes. Now the question is, who's going to be paying that utility bill?
We shouldn't be expecting the average ratepayer to foot the bill.
Today in Congress, North County Congressman Mike Levin introduced the SHIELD Act, a national bill that would protect consumers from electric energy rate hikes due to the growing number of AI data centers.
We just have to make sure that as all of that happens, that the benefit that will go to these companies isn't being borne at the expense of the average ratepayer.
AI data centers are large buildings that house rows of computer servers, data storage systems, and networking equipment, as well as the power and water for cooling systems to keep them running. A third of U.S. data centers are in just 3 states, Virginia, Texas, and California in third, with 319 data centers.
We now move into discussion item 4.
Today, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to approve an item led by Supervisor Jim Desmond, directing county staff to develop safeguards in 180 days on artificial intelligence data centers and make sure the energy cost is not paid for by the ratepayers if data centers come to San Diego.
Here's where we can potentially, regulate them or not regulate them to make sure that San Diegans are protected, particularly the ratepayers. We don't want our electricity rates spiking because of these coming in.
I spoke to SDG&E today, and they say right now there are no data centers in San Diego County, and that it would be unlikely for any data centers to come to San Diego because of the already high electric rates and cost of land. Now, the Pew Research Center said that in other states who have already had these AI data centers for the past year, their utility bills have gone up on average by about $20. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. A 3-judge federal panel has ruled in favor of upholding Proposition 50 here in California.
That ballot measure giving lawmakers the temporary ability to redraw congressional maps passed overwhelmingly back in November, but the California Republican Party and Trump administration sued, arguing it was unconstitutional. They wanted a preliminary injunction to block the maps ahead of this year's midterm election. That motion was denied, with the judges ruling the plaintiffs failed to prove racial gerrymandering and that Prop 50 was purely for partisan political purposes. But Fresno Assembly member David Tangipa, one of the plaintiffs, points out it was not a unanimous decision.
It's really something that we weren't too surprised on. We sued off the basis that race played a predominant factor in this map-making process. If all judges agreed unanimously, it's a very clear repudiation of where we're at. But this, in my opinion, was a fairly scathing dissent.
Democratic leaders say the decision reaffirms California voters' voices, with Governor Newsom in a statement saying in part, quote, Republicans' weak attempt to silence voters failed. Attorney General Rob Bonta also said we remain confident in the legality of Proposition 50. Assemblymember Tangipa tells us an appeal will be filed to the Ninth Circuit, then to the Supreme Court if needed.
Custom wrapping can be a fun way to personalize your car, but when it comes to your license plate, San Diego police say leave those alone. Officers say they're seeing a growing trend of wrapped license plates, but that is illegal and it can cost you. New laws are cracking down on altering and hiding plates with fines of up to $1,000. Police say they've already impounded dozens of vehicles for this and that it's a matter of public safety.
It's difficult for us to read those license plates, especially at a distance, and that makes it difficult to hold people accountable or to get stolen vehicles back to their rightful owners.
Police say if you want to customize your plates, you can get approved vanity plates through the DMV's website. And the what do you call the plate that goes around, the frame?
Yes.
Those are legal too, as long as they're not blocking any numbers, but you cannot touch the license plate itself.
It's altering a license.
It is.
You know, you wouldn't alter your driver's license.
Right.
So just think along those lines,
Yes.
extend it out.
After providing people in Southeast San Diego with free legal services for more than 4 decades, the Legal Aid Society of San Diego is closing its Euclid Avid location tomorrow.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall talked with the nonprofit CEO about making this tough decision.
Well, starting tomorrow, the Legal Aid Society of San Diego here in Midtown is where a lot of people will end up going if they need free legal help and they need in-person services, as the Euclid Avenue office is shutting its doors. So this is happening at a time when there's a lot going on. This group provides free help for things including immigration issues, housing discrimination, family law. Here's CEO Joanne Franciscus.
We're sort of the last line of resistance. I mean, without being able to access quality legal services, there really is no actual justice. And legal aid provides really vital services to the community.
And there's a sign up on the door of the Euclid Avenue location letting people know starting tomorrow it is closed. So here's the email that Francisca sent out telling people due to significant funding cuts by the federal government, they'll be consolidating the Southeast San Diego location with their other 2 locations, the one here in Midtown and the other in North County. This is an organization that runs on local, state, and federal funds as well as donations. So in order to make sure they can still keep everything running smoothly, they decided it was best to close the Euclid Avenue office and consolidate it with the others. So this is actually something legal aid groups in other states are dealing with too, who have all seen their federal funding slashed. Francisca says the decision to shut down the Euclid location wasn't easy, but she says they had no choice.
We have a very long history, and we've been in that office for 45 years. We're very closely tied to the community. But our dedication to the community remains unchanged. We're going to make sure that, the same services are available and that people understand that.
Now, she says the Euclid office actually is not the busiest one and in fact makes up a very low percentage of their clientele. A lot of people go to their legal clinics in the courthouses, but she says going forward, yes, there is real concern. Federal funding for this fiscal year was slashed by 46%, and the Trump administration actually proposed getting rid of the federal funding altogether. Kelly Hessedall, CBS 8.
Thank you, Kelly. San Diego County needs volunteers to help with its annual homeless count later this month. The pre-dawn survey happens on January 29th, starting at 4 a.m. It takes about 4 hours. About 1,700 volunteers are needed to get an accurate snapshot of people experiencing homelessness in our region. Last year's count showed a 7% drop countywide. The data helps secure federal and state funding for homeless services. Those interested in helping out can register online. If you live in the city of San Diego and are still waiting for your new trash bin, you're not alone. The city says they've delivered only new bins to about 53% of residents.
This rollout has also led to several questions and concerns. CBS 8's Steve Price is working for you to get answers from the city.
The new trash can rollout in the city of San Diego started late last year. A lot of folks have them, but quite a few are still waiting and could be for a couple of months. Based on emails coming into our newsroom, there have been a few issues with the rollout and questions as well, especially surrounding recycling.
You have reached the City of San Diego Environmental Services Department.
A quick call to report a mistake. A Scripps Ranch homeowner accidentally ordered 2 trash cans when she meant to get just 1. She said she was stuck on hold for over an hour, so I called the number on the department's website and waited. 11 minutes passed and no representative. 24 minutes, no answer. 32 minutes and nothing but that hold music. While we wait, let's get to Judy's email about recycling. When voters passed Measure B in 2022, it was with the understanding we would have recycling picked up weekly, but it's still bi-weekly. Working for you, I checked with the city and they said weekly recycling is coming, but the expected start date is now July 1st, 2027. As for the trash bin rollout, 118,572 homes have the new bins, with another 106,000 to go. After everyone has a gray bin, then they'll start replacing the blue recycling bins. So why are some people paying now on their property taxes for bins that still haven't come?
We are getting this question from residents.
Jeremy Bauer with the city's Environmental Services Department couldn't meet with me today, but answered that question in an interview I did with him during the initial trash can rollout.
The fee that people are paying right now is for the service they're receiving, so that includes weekly collection of trash, weekly collection of organics, and bi-weekly collection of recycling.
Back to that phone call, 40 minutes and still on hold. I finally got a person at 42 minutes. Bauer sent me a statement saying in part, we are receiving a high volume of calls and emails related to bin requests and questions, and we appreciate everyone's patience as our team strives to provide the best customer service possible. Working for you, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. I was personally wondering about that weekly recycling bin promise, the pickup promise. So thanks for telling us it'll be next summer. Remember, if there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
New details about a major makeover at an East County mall are still ahead.
Plus, a groundbreaking study tracking firefighters across California to understand their cancer risk.
And federal health care cuts could cost California more than $1 billion. Why advocates say Governor Newsom's budget proposal falls short after this.